You are graciously welcome to Ehiliz talk show program. Glory to God. VividView.
Say and do it.
A stitch in time saves 9. Say something, somebody.
My name is Fabi Olainka. A stitch in time saves 9 means whatever you have to do, do it quick and on time.
My name is Olawale Owosheni. A stitch in time save 9 means do something quickly as possible.
My name is Oganesume Mebradu. A stitch in time saves 9 means you address issues at the tutelage stage to avoid solving more complex problems.
Thank you very much for your quick response to that teaser. It is an old balance. A stitch in time saves 9. And it's very, very relevant in our world today. We have already said anything you want to do, do it fast. Stop procrastinating. Stop postponing. Stop delaying. They say delay is dangerous. They also say procrastination is the thief of time. So whatever you want to do in life, it has to do with academics as students. You have exam 3 weeks coming. You start reading now. Don't wait till a day or a week or 3 days before you start rushing. The stress there, and you may not even have that full assimilation. Is it that workplace, you want to take decision as a manager? Take decision and nip it at the board before it becomes too late. Is it have to do with your health? Don't be managing. Go see doctor before it becomes too late. Because if you do that on time, where you will spend only 100,000 naira. But if you allow it to escalate, you now start talking about millions. And some of you run to radio stations asking for arms, asking for help. What you could have even solved at the beginning stage. So it's very, very key. Do not play with that. It affects almost all facets of life, all sectors of life. A stitch in time saves 9 indeed. All right, enough of this. We'll continue with our discussion for today. Many people had experienced so much havoc and pains because of negligence. This must stop. Tackling health challenges in early stage is the topic for today's discussion. It is time for a break, and it gets introduced immediately after this short break. Please stay with us. VividView, say and do it.
What gives birth to relationship first is love.
Somebody lost his wife, not his first wife. The next question is, why did his first wife die and the second wife die? We have no emotional balance, no emotional control.
Ladies will say, I don't like this man. Why don't you like him? He doesn't beat me. Because my father used to beat my mother.
In Nigeria, we have about 2.2 million people living with disabilities.
Wonderful.
We have the adults who are going through so much stress today, and they can't even have their head up in the society.
You that is bad, you are hitting your wife all the time. Stop beating. Don't turn your wife to punching bag.
Join us every Sunday on VividView with Ehiliz.
You see me dey wear native, it is I planner, it's in a fashion. Anywhere gbedu dey I enter, chop rice.
I know go give up till you go better for me.
Welcome back. In case you are still joining us, the topic again is tackling health challenges in early stage. And with me in the studio is a medical personnel. He is a public speaker. Let's make welcome Dr. Tolu Taiwo.
VividView, say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles as displayed on the screen. Doctor, you're welcome again.
Thank you.
So without wasting more time, can we go straight to the discussion for today? Your perspective about the subject matter.
Yes, so to tackle health issues at the early stage, the first thing we need to understand is how do we even know what the problem is? So early detection is the first thing. And as a medical person, there are different ways to do that. So you need to understand, for instance, you are feeling some symptoms in your body. It might be a headache, a fever, whatever it is. So what is the thing that you are feeling? You start from there. Then the next thing is, what is the actual problem? That is the diagnosis of whatever it is. So you need to find that out. Then, of course, you start managing the problem, treatment. And so to do this, we usually have a medical team involved. So the first thing you need to do is go to a doctor. That is why a doctor is trained to actually know how to manage your health. So the doctor will ask you questions based on the symptoms you are feeling, how long you have been feeling this way and feeling that way. Then the doctor will make a diagnosis. And in doing that also, you might need to go to a lab. From there, the doctor has to treat. So he will send you maybe to a pharmacy to get some medications. Now, there are other things too that we need to do, but that's just a brief summary. The first thing is early detection and then managing the condition as early as possible. Yes.
You know, this one affects our men. Mostly men want to always, be men. They want to endure and say this one doesn't matter. Please, our husbands and our sons, this one's particularly to you. Don't be managing now. The world is not longer the way it seems before. So if you have any sign, please just go straight. And not personal medication. No, don't treat yourself first. So headache could mean so many other things, could cause so many other things, please. Don't just have headache, it must be malaria, it must be typhoid, and you start giving yourself drug without checking. Please, he said early detection. That's why we said in our introduction, it's teaching time, saves 9. So if you detect that on time, you will see that you get help before it escalates, where you start running helter-skelter. Now, if a health is a priority, why are people not prioritizing their health?
There are many reasons for that, but one major reason I see is ignorance. You know, they say that if you think knowledge is expensive, try ignorance. So people are ignorant of what they should. They don't understand how important health is. You know, I say to people that your greatest asset in this life is your health. You know, we run around chasing money, we run around chasing so many things, which is not bad. But you see, without the health itself, you will not even be alive to chase your goals or chase your dreams. So people don't understand how vital their health is. This is your body. This is your body that will carry you through life every day. Without this body, you can't do anything. So you must understand that health is probably your most important. They say health is wealth. And that is true. Health is more important even than money. It is the person who is well that will be strong enough to make money. So ignorance is key. Another reason is maybe financial reason. People think that treating illness or sickness costs money. Yes, it does. But oftentimes, the cost of not treating early is even more most of the time. You know, we've said a stitch in time saves 9. And I've known that saying since I was a child. And I have a vivid imagination of it. It's like you have a small tear. Maybe, okay, you have a pair of trousers and there's a small tear somewhere here. And then you don't sew it up immediately. Do you know, after a few...
Neglected it.
Yeah, it will start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it will tear even more. If you're not careful, maybe it was just along the line it was sewn. Soon it might just tear in a very bad way that even when you want to now sew it, it will be difficult. So that is the way it is also with us in our health. You say, oh, it will cost money. You don't want to go to the hospital. The doctor will charge me. They will do this. And then you allow that thing to fester. And then it continues growing. And by the time you maybe even do self-medication, you are using for cheap ways. And then there's now a complication. By the time you get to the hospital, the cost would have multiplied. So don't look at how much. First, even go to the doctor first. Let them even say this is the problem. And then you know where to start from.
So you must not play with your health. Give it special attention. Prioritize your health. It is the body that carries you to do anything you want to do, like doctor said. If this body is weak, for instance, if I'm sick, I won't be here to talk to you. Or either himself as a doctor. So we need to be healthy before we can do anything. Stop looking at whether our money will be issue. Help will always come God has a way of doing his own things. You could even go to the hospital now that you don't have money and you still get help right there from even another patient. Or even the doctor themselves not may be merciful. So don't just remain at home and say, I don't have money, let me come down here. So please take your health treat it as a priority, and that will be better for you. We'll take a break now. VividView.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we're still tackling health challenges in early stage. And Dr. Taiwo is doing justice to that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But that one takes me now to say, what are the major health challenges, that people go through, and why do they suffer health problems at old age?
We have a wide variety of health issues that people face, and it's not easy to just pick a few here and there, but I'll try and do that. Also, where your location matters. For instance, here in Nigeria, in Africa, malaria is probably the number one issue
we have
in terms of health. Yes. And so it affects all ages, whether it's a baby, a child, a teenager, an adult, or an old person. So malaria is there, and I'm sure we all know malaria.
Yeah, of course.
So we should not talk too much about that, but it's just for us a reminder that malaria is always there. And yes, we should take it seriously as well, because even malaria kills. So malaria is a major issue here. And one of the major cause of it, of course, is when you have mosquito bites, and the mosquito will transmit the organism causing the malaria to the person. So in that case, preventing malaria, one of the things is hygiene. Because when the environment is not clean, you can have dirty water around, and these mosquitoes can breed. Yes. So hygiene is very important in that case. Of course, early detection, like we said, you're feeling feverish, you're feeling weak, feeling all that, go to the hospital. Because there are a lot of things that even cause fever. It may not be malaria alone, but go to the... So malaria, yes. Then other things that affect people generally, and not just, especially as they get older, one of them is hypertension, heart disease, and all that. So it's a major thing. And before, we used to see it in people who are like 40 years and above, but now even people who are 30 years, even less than 30, there's a lot of stress now. Yes. So even that, high blood pressure, hypertension is a major issue now. In fact, generally, cardiovascular disease, that's heart disease or related issues, are said to be like the number one cause of death in most parts of the world. So it's a very, very pertinent issue that we need to take care of, and we need to detect early. So we should check our blood pressure. Especially by the time you are 30 years and above, you should check your blood pressure regularly, as often as you can, and ensure that your heart is working fine. Diabetes is another issue that some people even have it early, as children, as teenagers. We call that type 1 diabetes. Now you have type 2 diabetes that comes in at a later stage, 30, 40 years and above. And so that's why you need to watch what you eat, because most of the time it's caused by our diet. So diabetes is another major issue in most parts of the world. Another issue that has been coming up in recent times, and which the World Health Organization has said is probably the major health issue now all over the world, is depression. It's a mental health issue, and it affects all ages now. A lot of young people also are coming down with mental health issues, with depression and all that. So it's something we need to watch out for. In fact, WHO says that depression is the number one cause of suicide in the world. So those are just a few major health issues that we can look at. There are so many others, but when we talk about major issues that we need to look at that affects people, especially even as they grow older that they need to deal with, those are some of the major issues that we need to look out for.
So it's important that we check our health when we are young, so that when we grow old, to not overwhelm us. It is very, very important. So you young ones that like to take beverage, for example, Bonvita or Ovaltine, with 7 cubes of sugar, you just mention it now because you want it to be sweet. Mention that even It's supposed to be an old age issue, diabetes, but no more. Even 18 years, 20 years can have diabetes now. So watch what we eat. He says so that what we eat is one of the major causes of these problems. And at old age, it starts manifesting because then your body is becoming weak. So can we also look at that very critically and to save ourselves from a lot of problems in future? Now, what impact does drug abuse have on our health status?
Yes, drug abuse is a serious issue. Majorly affects the mental health. And you know, it is your brain that controls your entire body. It controls all the systems in your body. Everything you do is connected to the brain. So when there is a drug abuse, it affects the mental health, and it makes people to malfunction. You can't think straight. You can't perform your actions and activities. You are behaving abnormally. So drug abuse is, in fact, a major cause of concern, especially among the youth. I know there's a lot of things that people are taking these days, a lot of substances. You know, I'm sure you know some of those names. That's, you know, and then that's why you have to be careful. You gather together with people. Maybe you go for a function, you go for a party, and then they are passing some of these things around. And this thing can actually damage your brain and damage your life.
Even taking for the first time.
Yes, even the first time. Yes.
Don't even try.
Yes, even the first time. I remember a friend of mine some years back, and he narrated the first time he took marijuana. In fact, he said he didn't even understand himself. He had to go somewhere. He had to lie down. He said it was like everything was rotating. His head was spinning. He almost went mad. That was the last time he took it, and that was what saved him. So these things can be very, very dangerous, and it can ruin the rest of your life. So we need to avoid all these drugs as much as possible.
Not many times it's pair groups, you know, the company they keep.
Yes.
They'll try it. Now, I've been taking it for some years. Nothing has happened to me. That's what I said before. Don't try. Your body system, constitution is not the same with that person. The person may say nothing happened to him. But you, for the very first time, you just run mad immediately. Whether you're a guy or a boy, don't allow anybody to cajole you into taking all these hard drugs and all these substances. It does not help. It doesn't. It has killed so many people we know, so many prominent people that we know, musicians and all that we know, that will have been alive if they were not into drugs. So please run away from it as a youth, because this program majorly is for the youths. We're trying to build you up so that it can be a better adult in future. Don't run away from all this. It does not make you. That will not give you power. That will not give you, morale, as they usually say. Now, lie you build your morale within you. It's not by substance and that you bring your morale. Please don't allow anybody to deceive you to do those things that you know is not right to do, even because it is your own body. It's not somebody else, your own body. Now, okay, how do we preserve our health and enjoy good health?
Okay, so the way I will coin it is lifestyle modification. So you modify your lifestyle to preserve your health. Say that again.
Lifestyle
modification. So it's not a one-off thing. It has to become a habit, something you do every day. So you first of all you get the knowledge, then you begin to apply that knowledge every day. So you look at everything that involves your lifestyle. One, we talk about diet. So what you take in is very, very important, because that is what will affect your body. You see, like she said, your body is a machine. And you know the way a computer works, they say garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is actually what you will get in return. So for instance, you feel okay, you go out to take alcohol, you take beer, you take whatever, the more you take these things, the more it affects your liver. So at the point, you see somebody that comes down later on with liver disease or maybe cancer of the liver, because you've been taking so much of this alcohol.
It's accumulating.
It's affecting your liver gradually, and then there's liver failure. The same thing also, all the food that we eat is important. Sugar, for instance. If you take in too much sugar, it's going to be a problem. We've talked about things like diabetes. Later on in life, people come down with diabetes because of the amount of sugar they've been taking. So it's very important what you eat. Drink plenty of water. Eat fruits and vegetables. Take in the right amount of carbohydrates and proteins. You have a balanced diet. That's one. Two, make sure you exercise regularly. Exercise will keep you fit. It will also build your immune system. It will build your stamina, so that when you are in your latter years, when you are older, your body will still be fit and strong. You see some people that by the time they are 60, 70, maybe they are bent over, they can't move well. And you see somebody who is over 80 years that is still strong. Those are the things that help when you exercise regularly. Every day you should have maybe 30, 45 minutes or 1 hour of exercise. We recommend it to be every day, physical exercise to keep you fit, to keep you healthy. These are things that are very, very important. Then you need to also get enough rest. You get enough rest, you sleep well as much as you should. Make sure you rest. Don't overwork yourself. Yes, it's important that you achieve your goals. Yes, we all need to make money, but you must get enough sleep and rest so that your body will rest well, and then you are fresh and you have energy to move on the next day. So those are just a few things that we need to do for us to live healthy.
So when youth are being allowed to be part of governance, there's this sense of ownership. And you know something, when something is your own, there's a way you treat it. There's a way you handle it. There's a way you defend it. There's a way you fight for it. One thing about the youth that we notice is that youth are more open to new innovation. They are open to new ideas, new ways of doing things.
I've already said it all, because when you mentioned about balanced diet now, one of the nutritionists we invited somewhere gave us a plate, round plate like this, and they said we share it into four. One side for protein, one side for fruit, one side for veggie, and one side for the carbohydrate. For example, if you have two slices of yam there, or a wrap of your wrist of amala or whatever you want to eat. So that is real balanced diet. Like say take fruit, don't go and buy a whole bunch of banana and finish it at once. They say you should take fruit. No, you're also inviting diabetes. You understand? Take fruit, you don't bring a ball of pineapple, you finish it once. No. Or tomato, mango, feel this one, sit down and be eating. That's not what we meant. Everything must be balanced. And if you do that, it doesn't even cost much. As a matter of fact, it doesn't cost much. People think it's only for rich people. It's not so. It's not so. It does not really cost much if we can do that. Because what are you trying to do to make sure that we're healthy?